Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for watching. Today, I am trying to play catch up. I feel like I am the best at sharing things that I've purchased with you guys from Amazon, but because this is mainly a fashion channel, I'm not the best when it comes to home products, kind of reviewing and going back to things and being like, okay, I used this, it was amazing. So that's what we're doing today. I have rounded up the top, I believe it's like 7 items that are just so good that I've purchased from Amazon. Some this year, some I've like repurchased. We will talk all about that in the video. Make sure to go below and click the subscribe button if you're new here, and also know everything I'm talking about is gonna be linked in the description bar, and let's get started. Okay, so first and foremost is this folding chair. Now, I cannot bring this up to hold for you because it is literally the size of my kitchen. And my kitchen isn't like small, it's not overwhelmingly large, but when we first got this out and like put it together, it took up our entire kitchen. It is the coolest folding chair. It has 2 connected like chairs and then a cooler in the middle, and we love it so much because the canopy on the top, me being a ginger, having just recently birthed a ginger, we need the shade. You know what I mean? Now the canopy is optional, you can definitely remove that, but the chair itself, you can't really pull apart, like you can't pull the cooler off of it. So it's really, really unique, different from anything I've ever seen, but I just love the fact that it's got like this cooler built in, 2 chairs, a canopy. I'm gonna be that mom that shows up to like the Little League soccer game with my cool chair and my cooler full of like drinks, and I'm just gonna have snacks for everybody, and it's gonna be because of that. But we've been using that just like when we do go, you know, to the lake, or we haven't been to the beach since having Ezra, but we'll use it at the beach in the future. Such a unique, really cool Amazon find, worth every single penny, and I love that it just carries in one bag. Like, it's so simple to just pull apart, put together, nothing like crazy about it. It's just the best. Okay, the Eufy vacuum. Now, it looks a little funny because I recently had to add 2 command hooks to it so it didn't go underneath the sofa. This one is a little bit slimmer than our other Eufy vacuum, and so it just was getting stuck under the sofa, and it was really frustrating. So I copied one of my friends and I put 2 command hooks on it. But this Eufy vacuum is actually new, so if you followed me for some time, you have heard me rave about Eufy, both the RoboVacs and the cordless vacuum. But recently, our old RoboVac kicked the bucket. We had it for like 3-4 plus years, used it every single day, and when we purchased it, it was actually like one of the cheaper, just more basic models. And so when we decided to repurchase it, because we use it every day, I just don't have time to vacuum this house every day with my 3 animals and my son, so we decided to get another one, and we got a much nicer one. Now this thing is the coolest of cool because it tracks where it's vacuumed. So that was also a problem, because if it would get under the sofa, it kept going back under the sofa after I would like pull it out, because it was like, I haven't vacuumed under there yet. This will tell you, literally, it will say out loud, finished vacuuming, returning home when it's done. And the first time I heard that, I was like, did the vacuum just talk to me and tell me that she was done vacuuming? And I came in my bedroom, this huge room, and sure enough, completely 100% vacuumed under the bed and everything. And that's great because I feel like the older Eufy that I had, it just kind of vacuumed all over the place, and this one specifically tracks where it went. So I like that. You can also do a little spot treatment on it, so it starts in one little spot and then it will kind of, you know, go around in a circle. So if you have like one particular mess you want it to clean up, it can definitely clean that up. So very impressed with this Eufy. I really should be a rep at this point for Eufy because of how much I've talked about them over the last 3-4 years on my channel. But just trust me, just like everything else they make, this is incredible. This has saved me so many trips of, did I unplug my curling iron? I shared this in like a little, I think they're called just shorts here on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram Reel, whatever you want to call it. And I just shared that this is truly one of those that if you are someone who says, did I forget to unplug my curling iron? This is kind of like just a safety net for you. Someone commented and was like, or you could just unplug it. And I was like, why did I not think of that? Oh my gosh, I could just unplug my curling iron. It's the mental game. Like, I'll be down the road and I'll be like, I don't know if I unplugged my curling iron. So what this is, you just plug it into your wall. It only allows you to plug in one thing at a time, understandably so. And then it has timers on it. You can do 1 hour, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 2 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours, repeat. And then there is also an on-off button. So for me, when I'm getting ready, I will plug this in, specifically before church, because I seem to be in a rush always. I'll plug this in, I'll set the 30-minute timer, I'll do my hair, I'll unplug the curling iron, because I usually do remember, but then this is going to automatically shut off and not allow any power to come to that curling iron, even if I had left it on and plugged in the whole time. So when I'm down the road, I'm not having to sit there and go, oh my gosh, do we need to turn around? Like, I left my curling iron on. because this timer is officially off, and I just love this thing. It's just saved me so much like sanity, not having to turn around, and it's also saved my husband some sanity from not being like, really, we have to turn around again? Okay, so random little Amazon find that's just gonna make your life a lot easier. This is probably gonna be one of the hardest things to actually show you. I pulled a couple things out of it today because we did wash this last night. So this goes out of stock so fast on Amazon. If it is in stock, I highly recommend getting your hand on it. But this is a prep deck, so you can really see it is fairly large. But when you pull this open, this right here, I'm hoping I'm gonna cover everything, is a cutting board. I'll pull this off. You can definitely easily pull that off. So that's a cutting board for everything that you are going to keep in here. When you are actively cutting, this is where you can shove, like, you know, all of the excess stuff that you need to throw away. And when you're done, you can pull this out and easily dump it in the trash. There are 2 more of these little containers. We have them in our fridge right now. They have carrots in them, but they store everything that you cut. This is truly going to be for your prepped food. There are multiple little storage containers within each one of these. I think this one, oh, here they are. They have these that sit in the top of them so you can like layer some of your prepped food. They have this over here if you wanna like prep your spices. And it comes with a lot of attachments on it. When I cut my carrots, I will just put the lid on this and then I will just run the carrots back and forth, and it truly slices them perfectly. And when I'm done, I just pull the blade off, put the lid back on it, and then my carrots are completely good to go. You can store them right in here. You can keep this separately in your fridge. I just store it in the fridge because it's easier that way. And it comes with a little storage compartment over here. Now these do fit over here, but again, we just had washed this last night. There are some of these for like cheese. I mean, this is truly just a one-stop shop for prepping your food. And we've really liked doing this since having Ezra because we don't always want to just spend the time taking as much time to cook dinner as we used to. When Sam gets home from work, it's so close to bedtime. So every like Sunday, Monday, I will prep all of our food, stick it in here, and we are good to go for the whole week. This Ninja Foodie, I kicked myself for like the first 2 weeks that I got this, that it took me so long to finally pull the trigger and buy the Ninja Foodie. So this is kind of a one-stop shop. It's got Instant Pot settings, like you can basically pressure cook, slow cooker. This one has a steam crisp method. You name it, this Ninja Foodie does it. I told you guys on, I believe it was Prime Day, that I bought this, and I have loved this so much. It's so easy to use, first and foremost. I feel like the Instant Pot definitely had a learning curve to it, and this one, I didn't even read the manual and I like automatically knew how to cook dinner. The steam crisp option was the one that was like kind of questionable to me. So I have air fried in this. The only thing I haven't done is slow cooked, like chili usually, because that's kind of my favorite thing to slow cook, and it's just not the time of year for it yet, although we are getting very close. So I've air fried. I have like, I've played with steam crisp. I'm not 100% confident with it yet, but I have pressure cooked a lot because y'all know I love to pressure cook food. It's just so quick and easy. So this Ninja Foodie being like a one-stop shop, I love it. And also I got the 8-quart, which is perfect. We had 6 in both crock pot, the Instant Pot, and then the air fryer lid for the Instant Pot. So that was actually 6-quart too. And I feel like it was just like a hair too small. So 8-quart is perfect. This is the most random. I know that y'all have heard me talk about that pour over coffee maker forever, and this is just so random. But we love pour over coffee for so many reasons. One, it just tastes so good. It's easy to make, but the only thing is it was taking my husband a little bit too long because he was trying to like pour the water and then go do something else when he was getting ready in the morning, pour the water, go do something else, and it was just taking a long time to make coffee. On top of enjoying the coffee itself in the pour over, we also wanted to stick to something that wasn't necessarily a coffee pot because of all the BPA. I told you guys it just runs through your regular coffee pot. So we were down at my parents and we saw this contraption sitting on their kitchen counter, and my husband was like, what is that? And my mom said it's a percolator, and we were both confused because it was plugged into the wall, and usually percolators you see go on the stove. So Sam just talked and talked and talked about it. I was finally like, okay, let's get the percolator. And we love this so much. I feel like the coffee tastes, I mean, about the same as pour over style. It definitely has like a very strong taste to it, but you have to be careful. If you grind your coffee too small, it can get down into the coffee itself. But this makes a huge, like 12 cups of coffee, and it is so easy. But what sold me on this more than anything is how hot the coffee gets. That was the one pet peeve that I had with the pour over, was it had to sit on the stove constantly, and even then it wasn't always the hottest coffee unless it was like right there at the bottom, which it was old. This keeps your coffee so hot. Like, I'm not a person who usually has to like wait for things to cool down. No, I have to wait for this to cool down because the coffee is just way, way hot. So we have loved the percolator. This isn't something I don't think I've mentioned, at least on my main channel that we bought. I know we mentioned it on our vlog channel, but hands down, one of my top favorite purchases from Amazon for many reasons. Like I said, it's just easy, the coffee's still good, and it is hot, hot, hot. And I do want to mention this. I know I talk about these a lot, but I get a lot of questions about them. People will say, I heard you talk about those pillows and I kind of want to try them out. Where did you link them again? So I have fallen in love with these pillows. I mention them all the time. We have 4 of them on our bed. They come completely shrink wrapped. And I've told you guys every time I tell the story, I did not have faith in these. I actually bought them as like sham pillow inserts, and I put them out on the table and I was like, okay, this has got to be the flimsiest, most ridiculous pillow ever. And then after about 24 to 48 hours, it was so poofy and huge, and my husband and I ended up laying on the shams one night just like talking, and we both fell in love with it. So now I have 2 more that we actually sleep on at night. These are the best pillows. I promise you, you will never love a pillow more. And it's kind of embarrassing just to know like how much I talk about stuff. So the Eufy vacuum, this specific Eufy vacuum was the #1 most sold product in the month of July on my Amazon, and the pillows were #2. But I promise you, you will not be disappointed. Just don't think that it's like, you know, quickly you're gonna be able to pull them out of the box and sleep on them that night. Definitely give them 2 days before you use them, and I promise you will not be disappointed. Okay friends, that's it for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed this one. Again, I'm gonna try and get better and just catch up on sharing reviews of home items that I have purchased from Amazon, but I do often forget because this is really kind of a fashion channel. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to go below and click the subscribe button if you're new here. Love y'all so much, and I will see you in my next video.